of your FICO. 760 and up, you know that's life goals. If your credit too low, walking on the tightrope. So yo, credit up, get your credit up. Credit up, get your credit up. Credit up.
This is the realest shit that you ever gonna hear. So I want you to stay tapped into this video to the very end, because all the game that I'm gonna give you is gonna be life changing, I promise you. But before you do that, I want you to like, comment, share, so that those notifications could go out, because we need to get this message out to the masses. Let's get it. Stop expecting others to be you. This is one of the most challenging things that I had to face over the last year. And I want y'all to understand and follow what I'm telling you, because as you become this trailblazer in your family, you go on this journey and you start to build your business, build a brand, and you elevate, you're gonna expect other people to elevate along with you. But the sad news is that everybody that start with you is not gonna go with you. So you gotta be able to make a decision to be able to separate yourself, because with elevation comes separation. Whatever you tune into, you turn into. So if your environment is not supporting your goals and your dreams, you gotta let that go. And I know it's disappointing, because I went through this. I went through this tough disappointment, because I really had to understand that I'll give my last to somebody, right? I'll give my shirt off my back, but everybody else may not do the exact same thing for you. So if you stop expecting other people to be you, you'll be that much happier, and you can go out there and believe in yourself and focus on the dreams and the aspirations that you have. It's just that simple. As entrepreneurs, we get caught up in the cycle of every single day we get up and we go after it. We're looking for that next sale. We're working on getting that next contract, that next deal, whatever it may be. Or if you're in a 9-to-5 job, every single day you get up and you make it to work 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., right? You catch that same bus. You take that same route to work. At some point, we have to interrupt the patterns. See, if your mother didn't graduate from high school, your dad didn't graduate from high school, your aunt didn't go to college, at some point, we gotta interrupt the patterns. Are you gonna be the person that take responsibility to interrupt the patterns? So I want all of us to identify the patterns in our life and figure out, how can we do something new? How can we change something? So for example, something that I had to change, I realized that there was nobody in my family that became a full-blown, full-time entrepreneur. There was people who started side businesses. See, my dad, he had a business and he started to invest in real estate, and a lot of people did different things, but it was one consistent pattern that nobody was able to take a risk and leave their job completely. So I had to break away from that job to allow me to go out there and chase my dreams, and I was able to build a multi-million-dollar real estate empire just from walking away from something, interrupting the patterns, and doing something different. So what are you gonna do different? How are you gonna change your family's life and legacy and be a trailblazer? Whatever you're thinking about, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, if it don't scare you, then it's not big enough. So you wanna think so big that you get nervous. Your hands start shaking. You start thinking about all the people that's gonna be impacted. See, that's how big and bold my goals are. My goal is to go out there and empower thousands and millions of individuals so that we can buy back our own communities, so that we can employ and provide opportunities for the people that's around us so we don't have to settle. So I want you to think bigger. If you have a dream, if you have a goal, you have something that you want to go out there and accomplish, if it doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. Yeah, so see, a lot of people around me, they always asking to borrow money. I'm gonna just be real. See, when you become that person in your family that start to make a little bit more money and elevate, you become everybody's bank. And I have no problem lending out money, because it's a funny saying that my grandmother always used to tell me growing up. If you lend somebody money, they don't pay you back, there's one less person you gotta worry about. And that's how I operate. If I lend you money, you don't pay me back, that's a blessing for me, because now I got you out my life. All it did is cost me $100 to get the snakes out the grass. So that's how you gotta look at it. If somebody owe you money and they didn't pay you back, it costs you $100 or $1,000 or whatever that dollar amount is to get rid of the snake in the grass, to get rid of that person that's not even there for you, that person that's probably gonna drown you. So for me, that's how I look at it. And if you're going through a similar situation, I hope that this is something that's gonna help you look at it in a different light and know that it's actually a blessing more than we think is a curse. And my grandmother used to say that to me when I was younger. Facts. I'm a first generation college student. So what that means is the first New Worlds man to go away to college. And it was a struggle for me because I'm the only one in college out of my friends, my family. And I remember being on Instagram in class, and I would look at my phone and see all my friends back home, and they driving in fancy luxury cars, Range Rovers, Infinities. And I'm like, damn, I'm in college and I'm broke. I'm paying for books, I'm starving, I need to go back home. They in the club popping bottles, they got 10, 20,000 to their ear. I'm thinking like, damn, should I be here? I need to be back home. I really questioned myself. And I went home during the spring break, and this is what changed for me. This is what changed everything for me, because those same friends that was claiming that they had all the money on Instagram, when I went home during the spring break, nobody had money. Nobody had cars. They was asking me to borrow money, and I'm like, what happened? And I realized that it was a fake. It was a facade. It wasn't something that was real. And that's when I was able to realize that the path that I'm on is something that's special. I'm gonna stick to what my goals are. I'm gonna stick to my vision of owning a real estate business and owning properties and impacting the world and being able to start my own academy, right? And this is what we've done today. So I want to share this message with anybody that's on a path and you watching everybody else look like they winning. It may not be what it seems. So just focus on your plate. Don't focus on what nobody else is eating. What I'm about to tell you right now, you probably won't believe it, right? But this is the facts. This is the easiest and the most accessible opportunities that we have in life to become wealthy. This is the most promising time for you to be able to go out there and build wealth for you and your family. We are having the biggest wealth transfer that we've ever seen. And I know you're probably thinking to yourself, hey, Young Mogul, you know, it's a recession. I don't have money. I'm broke. My credit is bad. How could this be the most accessible and the easiest time to build wealth? It seems like the hardest time to build wealth. And the reason why it's the hardest time to build wealth for you is because you are doing things the way your parents did it and your grandparents did it in a new day and age. It's like using dial-up for internet. That's not what we do anymore. It won't work. So you going to college and going in $100,000, $200,000 in debt to go get a job is not going to work in today's age because technology has changed the face of the world. So those same jobs that you went to school to go to get is no longer there because technology has wiped it out. So now it's about shifting our mindsets to understand how could I make money in today's age? And the way you do that is by being able to get the information that's at your fingertips. You can literally be on YouTube, like right here, you can be on Instagram, Facebook, you could be on all of these platforms for free and get $1 million worth of gain. And you get that information to go execute. So this is why I say this is the easiest and the most accessible time that we have to build wealth, because you have people like myself and among others that's gonna teach you how to go out there and buy self-storage facilities with no money out of your own pocket. It's gonna teach you how to syndicate deals, raise capital, buy apartment buildings, and put your last name on forever. So this is the opportunity for you to become part of this wealth transfer, because they say the recession is like Black Friday for rich people. See, when there's a Black Friday sale, everybody's busting down the door ready to go get the phones and the cars or whatever it may be. But we have a recession here where a lot of the assets are gonna now be at a cheaper price. So it's time for us to get in the game, man. I want you to take action. I want you to join my 5-day challenge where I'm gonna teach you exactly how to go out there and build wealth during a recession and make money in real estate multiple ways, whether it's residential, wholesaling, commercial, event space, you name it, you can pull money out of the world's wealthiest and richest industry, which is the real estate business. It's facts. One of the things that I noticed that we battle, one of the biggest illnesses that we battle in the cities or in the minority community is survival, because we come from a place where we don't have. So imagine if you don't have food at the end of the night. You don't know how your bill's gonna get paid. You don't know how the lights is gonna be staying on. You might get evicted, right? You got that letter stamped on your door. You operating out of survival. How do you expect to be able to focus on investing or going to school and furthering your education when all you focused on right now is not getting kicked out of the house? So we operate from a place of survival, which does not allow us the space and opportunity to go out there and tap into our full potential. And this is why we put together this 5-day challenge, because we want to make this information very affordable and an opportunity for you to be able to spend time with us, right? You still got to have some type of opportunity to be able to take your business to the very next level. So we want to teach you how to build wealth during a recession. We want to teach you how to be equipped with certain skills and resources to be able to come out on the other side with a W and not an L. Because a lot of times we just give up because we think of the recession and it's like, damn, I've been broke. I've been struggling to get food and diapers for my baby. So the recession is no different, but the difference is now you have an opportunity to be a part of this wealth transfer. So I want you to stop operating out of survival, and I want you to think on how could you actually live? How could you actually thrive? Take advantage, man. Tap in with our 5-day challenge, how to build wealth during a recession. Self-storage is the #1 real estate asset out of all real estate segments. It's recession proof, it's recession resistant, and the reason why, I just want you to think and understand the concept, right? We are in the trauma and transition business. Wherever there's trauma, whenever there's a transition, people utilize self-storage facilities. During a recession, the trauma is there's a decrease in economic activity, right? So that means businesses shut down. That means jobs lay off individuals. So if you lose your job, and now you don't have the same income, you're gonna downsize from that big house, right? You're gonna downsize from all the things that you did have, and you're gonna store them in a unit. All those businesses that close down, and as they're going through this transition of figuring out if they're gonna reopen, they're gonna put their equipment in a storage unit. And most people don't understand that when there's a financial burden, financial trauma, then you have bankruptcies. We have divorces, we have foreclosures. So all of these things start to happen. If somebody's foreclosed, they have to take their items, put it in a storage unit while they're transitioning to their new house. If somebody's going through a divorce because of financial struggles, right, when they split and they have to go to different houses, they're gonna use these storage units, right? So this is why it's a recession-proof business, because we actually thrive during a recession. And even when the economy is on the up and up, guess what? People buy more items. So we're still buying more and we're still utilizing these resources. And this is why it's been around for so long. And I'm not just talking out of theory. If we look at the past 3 recessions, self-storage has thrived and actually beat every other industry outside of the alcohol industry. That's the only industry, because now people just drink away their pain. But instead of you being able to see an opportunity and miss it, you want to be able to see an opportunity and take advantage of it. And that is why self-storage is the #1 real estate asset, and it's a recession-proof business. So you want to make sure you tap into our 5-day challenge so we can show you exactly how to build wealth in a recession, specifically with self-storage facilities. Most people don't buy commercial real estate because they don't believe that they can own commercial real estate, because it's intimidating. You lived in a neighborhood your entire life and you walk past these big apartment buildings, you've walked past these big self-storage facilities, and not for once did you stop to think and believe that I can actually own this asset. And it's because of representation. They haven't seen nobody that looked like them that's doing these things, and which is why I take this so dearly and passionate about it, because I want to be that representation and let you know I'm no different than you. And then once you have that representation, then you have the information. The information that you acquire will allow you to go out there and execute, and we teach you exactly step by step on how to get access to the SBA loans, how to get access to business lines of credit, how to find deals, evaluate deals, underwrite these opportunities, right? So this is why most people don't believe that they could buy commercial real estate, but we've solved that problem. If you want to buy commercial real estate, I need you to tap into my 5-day challenge. We're going to teach you how to build wealth during a recession, specifically buying commercial real estate. So you want to make sure you take action and get into it, man. Build wealth during a recession.